start thinking about the new year. And for me, that's always an exciting time. So I wanted to share a couple things that I'm thinking about for new sewing habits for 2022. Hi, I'm Sarah from sewingmastery.com, and I'm the one that does all the fun free sewing videos on sewing machines, sergers, and embroidery machines. We've got some online classes like the Stitching Cosmos online class, the Embroidery Essentials, the brand new Husqvarna Viking Bootcamp course, and coming up next is a brand new class called Quick Font, and that will be launching soon. But I wanted to just take a little time and kind of share a couple personal things about me and my life. And one of the things people always ask me is, how do you get so much done? And I will confess that I am just like you. I get distracted. I love sitting and looking at social media, but I'm going to give you a few things that help me and maybe might help you. And I'm going to tie it to some sewing things that you can incorporate, so either you can get more sewing done, maybe you need to get back to your sewing machine and master some of the things that you've always been on your wish list. Maybe you have an embroidery machine that's still in the box in the closet, or maybe a serger. Speaking of sergers, I have 2 sergers sitting there that I am about ready to start filming, some of the new Husqvarna Viking sergers actually. So I first, for 2022, will be getting back to filming more machines on top of everything else that I plan on doing. I've got one more online course building up here. So just keep an eye on all that we're doing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That always helps. And I'll put links below the YouTube video here for things that I'm going to talk about. But one thing I want to just put out there right away is, if you've been wishing for a brand new sewing machine, maybe you've had an eye on one for a while and you just haven't gotten the guts to pull the trigger and buy it, my gift to you is to say, go for it. Don't wait any longer. Life is too short. I think we've learned that by now, that if you wait too much longer, what if something happens and you just don't have the time to get to it? Now's the time. Another thing that people sometimes delay in getting is sewing furniture, something that your sewing machine can sit in. Maybe the perfect storage with that sewing cabinet makes all the difference in the world. And that's why at our store, Heirloom Creations in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we are a huge store full of sewing machines and sewing furniture. We love to have them all opened up as much as possible so everybody can really get an idea. And I have never had somebody come back and say, oh my gosh, I hate my cabinet. They always say, why did I wait so long? Same thing with new machines. Usually that's a comment that I hear too, is why did I wait so long to get this? I could have been enjoying it for all those years. So take the time. If there's something and you're just this close to buying it, I give you permission to go get it done. You're going to enjoy it so much. And that's something that I have done myself just personally, is learning what I enjoy and doing more of that. So I don't know if this video is more like my sewing habits for 2022, or really how I survived 2021. And so here are a few things that I did for myself to stay focused, to get as much done as I've been able to get done. Is number one, at home, I have eliminated a lot of things. I'm going to give a testament to the YouTuber called The Minimal Mom. She helped me get a lot of things in perspective of what to keep and what to not keep. A lot of guilty things, like I've been in the sewing industry for years, and so sewn samples have been my life. But I have so many of them that are outdated. And you know how hard it is to get rid of those? And over the year, I have been able to kind of start to let go. Things I know I'm not going to use ever again. Even though I made it, it was an original. It had all my creative thoughts and processes went into making it. A lot of them were photographed in publications. They've been in YouTube videos, that type of thing. So it's hard. It's hard to get rid of things. But to finally be able to let them go, and the less I have at home, both in my sewing room and in just basic things like my kitchen, my laundry room, my basement, things that I do not need to keep, I have been able to let go. And if that is something you know, you kind of have things that it's hard to let go, check out the YouTuber, The Minimal Mom, and she's just like one of us. She doesn't actually, like, it's not like, okay, I have 5 things, and I only have 5 things to use in my sewing room. It's not that extreme, but it will help you understand kind of like what I was able to do is just kind of pare down. And I still have another round to do, almost like an onion. You got to take off that first layer and then keep going, and then you come back and revisit. And also my stage of life has also changed over of being and doing more YouTube videos, online classes, and less at the retail store because of just the way things have changed for me. And so I really have had to make sure that my focus is based on what I want to get done. Now, I've got 2 books here that I have mentioned before, but I want to share with you just something that I've enjoyed. And again, I'll put some links below if you're interested in getting these. One that I've been doing is called The Happiness Project. And all it is like a 1-line sentence that I write down of something happy that happened on that day. And I've actually been really good about it because number one, I love to journal, but I don't. Okay, so it's more of my fantasy self that I journal. So this has been my answer. And what it actually has, it has 5 years worth of lines for each day. And so what this has also helped is sometimes when I feel like my list is long and I'm not getting things done, that I can look as I write down today's happiness item or thought or what I got done, I can look now at the years behind it and realize that on that day a year ago, I got that done. And a year ago from there, I was doing this. And it's helped me realize how far I've come. So this is one. I've got 2 more. I've done it for 3 years now. So I'm kind of like, okay, I got to get another one of these. So it's nice. I can tuck it with me, take it with me if I choose to, and then have it. So I really keep an accurate daily journal with that. The other thing is habits and what your good habits are. It's tricky, isn't it? I love to work hard and I love to play hard. Working and making my environment be what I want it to be so I do the right things at the right time. James Clear, The Atomic Habits. I've read this through and I read it. I'm going to read it again because as you finish, you just want to start it again. So as I've gone through it once, I've learned so much, but I know I'm going to learn even more going through it a second time because habits are something that are just, again, ongoing. So you always have to be thinking, what could I be doing better? So if you want to have a better habit of sewing more or have a better habit of making time to sew. Or maybe you just realize you have too many things in your sewing room and you just don't get to them. These are 2 things that could help you maybe get going for the new year. And as I have my list of things I want to get done for the new year, I'm sure you do as well. And we all have the same amount of time. I know they always say that, but it's really what your focus is. And maybe it's time to write a new focus and see what your priorities are now, which were different 5 years ago, which were different just last year. If you could get better, just 1% better each day, it will make a huge difference in 365 days from today. So remember, small changes, not big changes. So if those New Year's resolutions are quite daunting, it's really about looking at it from a different perspective. I have to work hard every day to make sure I get enough sleep, drink enough water, all those basic things that we take for granted. But remember, every day is a new day, and you have to do these same things over and over and over again. So hopefully finding that next small step that you can take to make your life even better than yesterday is really going to be what makes for an enjoyable year. Like I said, how I survived 2021. I've been doing better lately of just kind of having an idea of what dinner is going to be for each day. I mean, I'm not writing like full-on meal plans, but I have a rough idea of what I'm going to cook each time. I have a daughter who is in middle school and a busy husband that also runs Heirloom Creations with me. And so we are a busy family, but come summer, we love to play hard. In South Dakota, Winters are a little rough, but once that sun starts to warm up around here, we get out and really enjoy the outdoors. That's one thing we did last year, is really made sure that we enjoyed being together outdoors at the lake if possible, and just really focusing on more experiences than stuff. And by having less things at home, I know that was something that really made a difference in some of those things being easier for me to take care of my own family on a day-to-day basis. I've found that placing a grocery order online takes less time than actually going to the grocery store. So I do online ordering and then I just drive in and pick up. That has helped immensely. And somewhere along the line, I can't even remember when, I stopped watching the news. I do usually, if it's on maybe for a couple minutes in the morning. But honestly, what news do they really put in the morning? But I eliminated all my local news apps, and I also eliminated all of my national news apps. So I wasn't tempted to actually even open them. And I was thinking I'd have a little withdrawal of like not knowing what's going on. But I read somewhere that the important news will find me. And sometimes my husband will just say, oh yeah, did you hear this happen? I'm like, oh, okay, no, I didn't. And if it's something I need to check on, or if it's something local, again, local news will find you if it's important and you need to know about it. So eliminating the news eliminated so much stress from me and allowed me to also focus on my family and the things that need to be done for me to have a more enjoyable life. So I hope a couple of these tips will help you going forward. I wish you an amazing sewing year. Maybe you'll join us in some of our online courses. If you are truly knowing you are not using your machines to the fullest, I hope you will check out what we have available for you, and I can't wait to show you what is coming out next. From our family to yours, thank you for all the support that you have given us this year, and I can't wait to see all the fun things that you make from being more knowledgeable about your machines from our videos. So reach out at any time, email us, drop us a message via Facebook. We'd love to see what you're working on. If you've got questions about your machines, but remember your local store will be more than happy to help you as well. So until next time, have a wonderful year, and let me know in the comments below what good habits you've come up with that allowed you to survive the last year, and which ones you're looking forward to maybe adjusting a little bit in the new year.